that Janelle Evans sure is a piece of work, isn't she? Sure, she's come a long way. We're like 99% sure she's not doing heroin anymore, and that's a big achievement, but girls still got some issues. One of those issues, maybe even the biggest one, is the way she seems completely incapable of seeing the reality of any given situation. For example, you know that whole thing where she's been on a reality show for years now, which means that there is video evidence of so many things that have happened to her. Even despite that, she still tried to rewrite history in her new book, Read Between the Lines, from the Diary of a Teenage Mom. In one section of the book, she writes that when her oldest child, Jace, was an infant, her mother, Barbara Evans, convinced me to go out with my friends so I could relax. She says she should have been suspicious, but she took the bait anyway, and then stayed out all night with her pals. The next morning, Janelle claims that Child Protective Services was waiting for her at her home, and her mother had lied and told them that she went out partying every night. And that's why Babs got custody of Jace, because she set Janelle up. Never mind that on the show, we did see her go out partying night after night. We saw her leaving her baby at home and acting like it wasn't a big deal. And we even saw her sitting down with a lawyer to sign custody over to her mother, and it wasn't at all an ambush like she described it. Now that we're all refreshed with how delusional Janelle can be, let's move on to the news of the day. This new, heartbreaking interview poor Barbara just did with People. In the interview, good old Babs talks about her daughter's upcoming wedding. Janelle's marrying Davidson in September out on their swamp. She's been saying she's having her wedding, running around with her family of friends, but you know what she says? Barbara asks. My mother Barbara is not invited. She's not inviting me to her own wedding. It's very painful. She also says that Janelle isn't inviting her older brother and sister, either. I'm just hurt with Janelle, she continues. She just excludes us out of her life. Janelle is Janelle. She's all about Janelle. She adds that the last time she spoke to her was 3 weeks ago. They had a conversation about Jace's birthday party next month. It's just sad, isn't it? Barbara has given up so much of herself to raise Janelle's son while she's gone out to smoke weed, do heroin, pop pills, and pop out 2 more kids. You'd think she'd be a little bit grateful, but nope. Instead, Janelle gives interviews about how she's lost all respect for her mother because she won't just drop Jace off at her house and move on. I told her, Janelle has said, if you want to be back in my life in any way, you can give me back my son and we can start from there. Except Jace will be 8 years old next month, and Janelle's only started turning her life around recently. Also, there are lawyers and judges involved at this point. It's not like Barbara is some evil witch who kidnapped Jace and is holding him in a tower somewhere. In reality, she's been the only parent Jace has ever known. But, like we said, Janelle has a hard time with reality. That's why she's not inviting her own mother to her wedding, and a good part of why she's possibly the worst teen mom of them all.